Hello and welcome to R&R's Ask the Expert. I'm your host, Valerie King, R&R's Editor-in-Chief. I'm joined today by Chris Ring, President and CEO at Restoration Specialties Franchise Group. Restoration Specialties is the franchisor organization for several leading brands in the restoration industry. They are a national leader in electronic, art, document, and textile restoration. And the Restoration Specialties family of brands includes ERS, Electronic Restoration Services, ART, Art Recovery Technologies, Document Restoration Services, and Textile Extraction Experts. Restoration Specialties works with contractors, claims professionals, and policyholders across the U.S. to restore hundreds of items, including kitchen appliances, computers, paintings, sculptures, and soft goods. And our topic of discussion today is the company's rebrand. Thank you so much for joining me, Chris, and congratulations on this rebrand we're going to be talking about.
Thank you, Valerie. I really appreciate you having us on and excited to talk about it.
Awesome. My pleasure. Okay, so give us some grounding here. Tell us a little bit about you and your tenure as president and CEO of Restoration Specialties, if you could.
Yeah, I joined Restoration Specialties in February of 2018 with a mission to position our franchise network for future growth. As a longtime franchise executive and a franchise owner myself, I have a unique perspective from both sides of the franchise relationship. So I consider myself to be an entrepreneur who loves to help other entrepreneurs be successful. 2 years ago, we reestablished ourselves under a new mission and vision. The rebranding effort we're speaking about today is a continuation of the transformation that was set in motion a few years back. Our vision is to be the expert of choice for specialty restoration services. So it's been quite a journey so far.
Thanks for that background. Continuing the theme of setting the stage, who is Restoration Specialties Franchise Group? Well, now Prism Specialties.
Right. As you said, Restoration Specialties we're a franchisor with several leading franchise brands in the restoration industry. National leader in electronics, which was our first sort of foray into specialty restoration. Next, we added documents to that mix years ago. After that, we added art and collectibles, and most recently, textile restoration. The Restoration Specialty family of brands includes, as you described, ERS, which is our most known brand, Electronic Restoration Services, which not only covers most electronics that you think of, TVs and laptops, but also things like appliances. We even handle musical instruments and small engines in some regards.
Wow.
Our Art Recovery Technologies brand covers everything from very high-end art like a Picasso, a Van Gogh, all the way down to, you and my son's little collectible here, little things that are keepsakes that clients in the insured care very much about. DFD, which is our document freeze drying process and our document restoration services, and which encompasses everything from medical records to papers you may have in your own file cabinet at home, doctor's offices, hospitals, municipalities. And then our last brand we've added in the last year and a half is our TEX brand, which stands for Textile Extraction Experts, which is focused in on clothes, textiles, fabrics, and so on and so forth. So really, unlike other service providers in the industry, we focus on specialty restoration as opposed to all contents. And so we believe ourselves to be truly the right call when an expert is needed.
Thanks for sharing how your portfolio really does cover some really intriguing areas of contents restoration. And I love you sharing your son's keepsake. That's awesome. Okay, so the big question, why? Why are you rebranding and why now?
As I indicated, this is the next step in a larger strategic plan. Over the last 25 years, our individual brands, ERS, Art, and DFD, have served us and the industry well as they built their competencies in their respective specialties. And we're continuing that mission by expanding into other specialties. Most recently, as I said, textiles. We recognize the need to improve brand awareness and recognition with a name that represents the brand's multiple services. In short order, we're evolving. and moving along with our customers' needs.
Okay. So tell us about the new name. Why Prism Specialties, as I alluded to earlier?
Yeah, let the cat out of the bag. The name Prism Specialties really is inspired by a prism, right? Think about a prism as a clear, multifaceted object that when light shines through it, what come out the other end is a spectrum of colors. And that really does represent what we do. We're one brand that offers sort of multiple specialty restoration services. So our redesign and our powerful messaging via the word Prism suggests our initiative to be also transparent, clear, and simple while still delivering on a multifaceted service platform.
Wow. So speaking of strategic, that was a very strategic name selection. I love that description.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what is the value to your customers and to you as a service provider, this rebrand?
Yeah. As I said, our change comes from the needs of our customers. They've indicated that they'd like it to be easier for them to find us, understand our services, and more importantly, integrate us into their platforms and decision-making processes. We've been on a 25-year journey of educating our customers the multitude of items that can be restored, and we're still on that journey. Taxidermy and figurines and all the other things that most folks in the industry might think are total loss, we surprise a lot of folks with our capabilities. But as the industry continues to evolve, being, I believe, primarily driven by technology, big data, innovations, our customers are asking us to streamline things. The industry is leaning towards a one-stop shop approach, but there is still a strong need for the expert. And that is why this rebrand is so important. We really offer the best of both worlds. Our carriers and contractor partners need simplicity, but they also still want that peace of mind from using the most experienced and competent experts. For us, it provides a framework for continued growth as we continue to research and expand our service capabilities, focused on the specialty restoration space. We don't want to be known as an electronics company cleaning clothes, right? Rather, known as what we actually are, a specialty restoration organization focused on multiple disciplines. So we're excited about, continuing to fill the needs of our customers going forward.
Thank you for that. So what makes you most excited about this rebrand?
Excited, maybe scared a little bit, but the name is a tangible sign that we're growing and moving toward our vision as a specialty restoration company. We'll be easier to do business with a streamlined marketing message that aligns with our comprehensive service offering. We've positioned ourselves as specialties that our customers need now and in the future. Our goal is to handle all the specialties with just one call. We have franchisees that handle, as I said earlier, taxidermy, firearms, figurines, appliances, instruments, jewelry. What's next? We don't know, but that's the exciting part, right? It's sort of that open road vision of what could come. And as long as we continue to listen to our customer, we're very, very confident we'll continue to find those opportunities to fill the need.
Awesome. Okay, so speaking of customers, those people you exist to serve, what can your customers expect from Prism in the coming 1 to 2 years?
Good question. Over the next 6 to 12 months, our customers will see us integrating our new brand in all visible ways, right? On our uniforms, our vehicles, digital content. As we move to our new moniker, we'll continue to provide the expert service that our customers have come to know and respect. And we'll continue to listen to our customers and skillfully add new services that fit their growing needs. Today it feels very much, like I said, technology is driving innovation very, very quickly. And we are positioning ourselves to continue to stay ahead of that curve and working with carriers and contractors that want to partner with us in more and more unique ways. So over the next 2 years, I very much expect to see much more partnerships with integrations with APIs and software that help, again, lower that barrier to do business with us. So we're very, very excited about being more accessible and continue to educate the industry on what is possible in specialty restoration.
Very good. Okay, last but not least, based on this experience with this rebrand, what advice would you offer to other restoration companies considering a rebrand themselves?
Great question. First off, I'd say don't change your name just for change's sake. Listen to your customer and look at where you are positioning in the marketplace, and then decide whether the change you're considering solves a problem for you or them. In our case, it's both. And I've been saying this, probably used this word quite a few times so far in our conversation here, but the most important thing that we did is we hired an expert. We found a marketing firm that had experience in helping organizations like ours rebrand, and the process and insight they helped guide us with has been invaluable. And so I would say we're really good at restoration, and particularly with my experience, I'm good in franchising. And so whatever you are doing as a restoration company today, that's what you're really, really good at. Hire an expert who's really good at rebranding, and then take their advice. And lastly, I'd say be patient. A change like this is not to be taken lightly. If you've been around a while and have some brand equity like we do, it can be a little scary, worrying about maybe losing some of that, or people forgetting all the great things that you do, or connecting the new name with the old name. So it's not to be taken lightly, and we know it will take time for us internally to change, as well as our clients to recognize those changes. For us, since we're a franchise organization, we really try to collaborate with our franchisees, get their input. And so for any organization, big or small, look at all the players you have on your team, making sure they're involved in that, because you really need everybody on board to successfully move forward. And again, I say it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Great. I think those were nice practical takeaways and the perfect note to end on. So thank you again so much for your time and insight, Chris, and congrats again on your rebrand. So before we go, where can our listeners connect with you or learn more about Prism Specialties?
Good. Yeah. Again, thank you for the opportunity. It's been my pleasure. Obviously our company LinkedIn page, we're obviously very visible on Facebook. Our new website, www.prismspecialties.com, is where you can learn most about us, and it will link to all of our brands as we go through this journey. We'll be trying to show more and more of how we make that change visible, maybe on social media and things of that nature. And so follow us there, connect with us, and maybe you can learn from our mistakes or from our successes as we go through a really important thing for us. For anybody else out there who's listening and thinking of the same thing, always open to share our journey with any of you.
Perfect. Well, listeners and viewers, for more insights on restoration, remediation, and the people behind it all, visit our website, rnrmagonline.com, Apple, or Spotify. And if you haven't yet, be sure to follow the podcast to keep up with our latest episodes. And give us a quick review and rating. We're also on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, so we invite you to follow us there too. This has been R&R's Ask the Expert. Thank you as always for listening.